Hello everybody and welcome back to another cigar review. Now, I'm wearing the same shirt I was in the last video. What's that about? Well, if you've not seen the last video, little spirit review, first one, and I made it literally 2 minutes ago before I made this video. So, that's why the same shirt's on. Today we're going to be smoking this little beauty right here. I've had its bigger cousins. And this is the Corona size, the Smoke King Nicaragua Corona in a, I believe it's a Connecticut shade. Let me get it open out of its out of the cellophane. Show it off properly. Give you some dimensions, prices. My apologies, and all that. So here we are, on thumbnail. This is the Smoke King. You can see no writing on the band. It's just kind of a crown Corona. This is 5.5 by 42, so my standard Corona sizes. I got this as part of a little triple set, where I got this, a Robusto, and a short torpedo, all same Smoke King brand. I did a little order from Smoke King not that long ago, got some cigars, and part of that was these bad boys. It was £33 for that tin, but I believe these are a little bit cheaper. Obviously the Robusto and the short torpedo are more expensive, so overall it was a good deal. It's £11 a cigar. These I think are a bit cheaper. I believe they're either just under or just over £10. I think it might be £106 or so for a bundle of 10. They are long filler. They use, I believe, all Nicaraguan tobacco. Though I might be wrong. I forgot to do my research like I normally do before the video. I believe it's a Connecticut shade wrapper, so I don't think this. I think it's Nicaraguan binder and filler. Now, I'm going to say it's a Connecticut shade from Ecuador. That's normally where they're from. Now, I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, I hold my hands up. But I've smoked the Robusto and the short torpedo, and both were really nice smokes. Really good quality smokes. Now, what are we pairing with this Corona this good evening? It's quite late in the UK here, but I've had a long day. I want to have a cigar, a bit of whiskey, as you might know. Bit of whiskey. If that Glenmarnock, go watch the spirit review on it. Good stuff. I also have, and I'll show you this now, before we move on. I'm drinking half a pint here. Coffee stout from Aldi. Here is the stuff that I'm drinking. Coffee stout. I do not plan on doing beer reviews. Unless you want me to do beer reviews. If people want me to do beer reviews, I'll review beer. I might end up doing it anyway. I'm not a massive beer guy. I like craft beer. I like ale. I like real ale. I don't mind a lager. I'm really enjoying my stouts at the moment. This was £1.69 and it's lovely. It's a lovely stout. Can't complain at the price. So I've got that and a bit of whiskey because I don't like having just a whiskey. Having a longer drink with it is always good. And the Corona, my big stone ashtray, can sit at the side of me here. And we're gonna cut this like this, and I'll let you know how it is. If it's like the Robusto and the torpedo, it's gonna be a lovely goddamn smoke. Let's cut it. I am using a single blade cutter, which I never normally do, but it's the one I had lying around. And it has taken a reasonable cut there. Draw's basically perfect. Dry draw. A nice sweetness on this tobacco. Now, what I have got with the previous two versions of this is straight away, on light up, a really big zestiness, which I really enjoy in a cigar. I absolutely love a cigar that's got some nice fruit flavour in it. I think there's nothing better than lighting up a cigar and getting something like that, like fruit, you just don't expect. So we're going to get this one lit. Little Corona size as well, which I don't go for too often. I prefer a Robusto, a Toro, something big, Churchill. I like a Gordo, I must admit. Big cigars, but nothing wrong with a Corona. I'll smoke a Corona, a nice, a very elegant size, a very classic size. So we'll light it up. I'll let you know my immediate thoughts. I think price wise, the whole range is very well priced. I think the Toro is around £15, which you can't complain at for a Toro. I had the Toro Maduro last week. I did not make a review on it, but I'll probably end up buying it again at some point. I will make a review on it then because that was a lovely smoke. Lovely, straight off the bat, just lovely flavour. A bit stronger on kind of those slightly floral flavours. Probably from the wrapper, probably from the Connecticut wrapper. Obviously, the Robusto and the Short Torpedo are both 50 ring gauge. This is a 42, so much more wrapper to filler on this smoke, which is why I'm expecting it to be somewhat different. But yeah, immediately, really nice, good light flavours. I'm getting my apologies there. We've been having some real issues with the fire alarm in the house at the moment. Just going off for no reason. Got someone coming out for it tomorrow, but it keeps going off and off and off, and I keep having to go turn it off and off. Anyway, back to the cigar. Yeah, it's lovely. Nutty, nice light wood. I don't get that nice zestiness. I don't. Which is disappointing because it means it's from the filler tobacco, not the wrapper. And it means that. Now, I did only get it on the first couple of puffs on the Robusto and the Short Torpedo, and I got it on the Short Torpedo the most. It is 1:30 in the morning, eh? This is a very late video. Apologies. But we'll see how long this lasts. I will probably come back just past the first third, getting into the second. Let you know how it's been as a smoke. So I'll see you then for the second third action. The ash on this thing, look at that. Look at that ash is holding on. I'm going to tap it off before it falls off because that is primed to fall off. That is a lovely, lovely ash on that. But we're down past the first third, nice and easily. We're about 15 minutes in, which is about what you'd expect from this size of cigar. And it is awfully pleasant. It's a really pleasant, easy cigar. Just nice, light nuttiness, woodiness, tiny little bit of spice. Just a nice, light sweetness, kind of a light syrupiness. It's not like a heavy, thick syrup. Almost honey. I think is a good way to describe it. Kind of a honeyed sweetness to it. Beautiful, beautiful cigar. Something that is just nice to smoke, and I could see myself smoking these any time of day. Really, I'm smoking it in the evening right now with a glass of stout and a glass of whiskey and coffee, stout, rum cask whiskey, and a light cigar. You'd think that's going to overpower the cigar. I will say, I did have a drink of the whiskey before, smoked me cigar, and the flavour of the cigar was muted, as I'd expect. From the light flavour. But even so, it's still a really nice, pleasant smoke. And it's a smoke that I would recommend for beginners into the new world. I think it's really pleasant. The construction has been perfect, as you saw the ash before. Perfect construction. But it's just a really pleasant smoke, and for around £10, I believe, £9 to £10 a cigar, you can't go wrong. You really can't. There hasn't been any major changes. What we'll do is we'll come back when we're down to the band, and I will let you know how the smoke has been. I feel like we're not going to get any major changes. If we do, I'll come back. But given no major changes, I'll come back when we're down to the band and let you know my thoughts and final review of the Smoke King Nicaragua Corona. So as you can see, we're down to the band. We'll take the band off, and I'll go over my final thoughts on the cigar, how it's progressed, how it's changed, my review, would I recommend it? So, my ash fell off onto my pants. Pain in the ass. No matter. So this, oh bloody hell, my apologies. There's a second. The Smoke King Nicaragua in a Corona. It's been a good smoke, a light smoke, but a reasonable one. I think my favourite of the three sizes of these that I've tried has been the short torpedo. I thought the short torpedo had the best flavour and still lasted a very reasonable time. This has lasted me about 50 minutes, and there's probably about another 10-ish minutes, 5 to 10 minutes on this smoke that I will be smoking after the video is done. We're getting down to the end of the cigar now, and flavour wise it's mostly the same. A little bit of spice, but that's it. No bitter flavours, no astringency, no sour notes, nothing off about the cigar. It seems the tobacco that's been used has been reasonably aged. And I found this with both the Robusto and the Torpedo as well. Neither cigar had kind of a bad bitterness. There was an uptick in strength, and eventually you got to the point where you went, right, we're finished, and put it down. But at the end of this cigar, we're getting nothing majorly bad, which is a good thing. It is a light cigar, and if you don't like a light, easy smoke, I wouldn't recommend them. The Maduro, even though I've not reviewed it on the channel, does have a much stronger punch you in the face flavour. That, I think, for my palate is better. But it's always good to try new things. And I don't hate Connecticut cigars, I smoke enough of them. I like a mild, easy, sweet and smooth smoke, and that's what this gives you. Light, easy, mild and smooth. But with that, there's a little bit of complexity. It doesn't linger too long on the palate. It's a cigar that I think would fit very well in anyone's humidor, whether it be in a couple of singles or whether it be in a bundle. I think for the UK, they're priced very well. Off the top of my head, I think these are just under a tenner. The Robustos are about, I think these are at £10. The Robustos and the short torpedoes are both around £11-ish. And then the Toro, I believe, is around £14 to £15. I think this size Toro is cheaper than a Maduro. Then the Maduro is about a pound cheaper and everything. But I think that's four good sizes: a Corona, a Robusto, a short torpedo, which is 4x50, and a Toro gives you a nice range of smokes. Comparatively, I would the only thing I can compare these two really is the GQ Tobacco's Concepcion and also the Michelero Nicaragua, the red band. I prefer these to the Michelero Nicaragua, though the Michelero Peru are very good and I think are probably some of the best of those kind of that light to medium bodied flavour own brand cigars. The GQ Tobacco Concepcion, I think their Gordo and Toro sizes are wonderful. I think their smaller sizes are not the best, but their Playa Madeira, their Maduro wrapper, is very nice. And I think these sit right in the middle. These are good, reasonable smokes. As again, light, mild, easy to smoke. Good for an experienced smoker who just wants something easy to smoke. Good for a beginner as well, which is always nice. For around £10 a cigar, they're a good value option. I might buy them again at some point. I'll definitely be buying some over the Maduro, if not only to review and here to smoke some myself. But I'd give these cigars a solid 7 out of 10, 7.5 probably out of 10. I think they've had no construction issues. I'll bump it up to an 8. But for the lack of construction issues and just good flavour, I think an 8 out of 10 is very reasonable. They're not the greatest cigars in the world. But they're better than average. They're better than your run-of-the-mill cigar. And in terms of the cheap cigars that I will be reviewing lots of, because let's face it, in the UK, prices are out of this world, and finding good budget cigars is the name of the game these days. And so for £10, I think no complaints from me. 8 out of 10. I'm going to finish this off and enjoy the rest of my night. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your days, and as always, stay smoky, fellas.